In this video I'm going to go over how to use a blur effect to correct skin tone correction. Like right here where I have like some red blotchiness, I want to kind of even that out. So I have some edits already done. I have camera raw filter and I have some exposure edits up here. I'm going to make a copy of my topmost opaque layer, rename it and then I'm going to go up here and use my filters. I'm going to pick one of my blur filters. I really like this Gaussian blur. And then I can change how drastic the blur is to very blurred, not very blurred, almost nothing. I'm going to pick something right around here so that it's pretty obvious to you what I'm doing. You might not want to be quite so drastic. So I've now blurred my entire picture. I don't actually want to do that, so I'm going to add a layer mask to this. I'm going to double click on the layer mask and then I'm going to click invert. Now this layer is happening to nothing on my picture. I've completely eliminated it by adding this black layer mask, which means that it's not in effect anywhere. With the layer mask selected, I can go in and I can paint back on the areas that I want to be blurred. So I'm going to use my paintbrush tool over here. I'm going to paint with white. I'm going to get a nice soft edge brush and pick a size that's going to do a little bit of the right size areas that I want. I'm also going to make sure that my opacity is not at 100%. I'm not going to completely eliminate all definition from an area all at once, and my flow can be down below 50% as well. This will allow you to gradually paint on the blurring areas. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. So for example, right here on her cheek, if I want to kind of even that out, I'm just kind of painting this blur on so that there's not quite so much variation in skin tone. You don't want to get too carried away with this. You still want it to look natural. But that blurred layer from underneath is now helping her skin tone to be a little bit more smooth. I'm going to shrink the size of my brush a little bit to get into some of these smaller areas. Kind of reduces the definition of pores, can help take out some pimply stuff, but it's still the natural colors that are on the face in that area, so this makes it a lot more natural. You can do this as much as you want. You don't want it to look unnatural, you don't want to see harsh lines, you would not want to blur the eyes at all. And then you can continue doing your other edits.